Welcome to the Wolfpack Streaming. I gotta be completely honest, I'm still fairly new in all this. I will say, if you guys see that I'm still making, very strong beginner's mistakes, again, I apologize. This is barely my second or third day doing this. So, I do beg you for your patience. Okay, let's see, what are we gonna be doing right now? So, well, in general, something I was telling some people that was wondering about my streaming, the reason for streaming and everything, is that, well, for those of you that don't know, that you guys are still fairly new with my content and everything, I'm starting a podcast at the same time as this. So, I'm trying to manage this from multiple focus points. I'm gonna be showing, number one very insightful side of myself in what it is, the podcast, that I'm gonna be trying to give you guys a good space for you to actually be able to sit down, meditate, and being able to actually put a lot of things in introspective, for you to be able to actually have a good place to put your mind at ease, and I'm gonna be trying to make it such a safe space that we are gonna be able to share our problems, our actual concerns, everything that you have on the top of your mind. Spider. Then I'm gonna be working as well on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have the link on my description. There I'm gonna be making some gameplay videos. I'm gonna be having some how do you say this, collaborations from the one that at this point it would be named pretty much my co-host, my wife. In the podcast we call her Nova. We're still deciding that. She's still trying to make sure what name she wants to go by. Okay, of course you guys know that these are pretty much pseudonyms. We're gonna be working with this type of names because we are still trying to establish ourselves in all this, What? Oh, that's right. Okay. That was very confusing. So just for you guys to know, a little bit earlier I was working my computer because I'm having to update some video drivers and all that stuff for me to be able to install new games and everything, because I also want to do like some FPS games and everything. So I actually had the sensitivity on my mouse like a lot stronger than usual, and that's the why when I was trying to move, when I was trying to actually aim to where I have the bed and everything, I couldn't find it. It was like spinning all the way around. Let's see. chests for you guys to check this out as well. I actually started clearing out this area of trees as well because I started getting too many mobs actually appearing, spawning in here, and they were giving me a lot of trouble. I got attacked by multiple creepers at the same time. Technically, that should be able to make at least one iron bar. Shoot. Yes. Nuggets. Let's see. I love my animals. Like in real life, for you guys to know, I have 2 cats and 1 dog. They are constantly giving me crap in here. Actually, from time to time, you guys are gonna be able to hear them because they actually love to actually antagonize each other. And they love competing for attention. And same thing, from time to time I'm gonna have like little collaborations from my wife, from my co-host, and exactly on the same hand I'm gonna have my pets coming here with us as well. First, we're gonna do some more torches because, you know, I need light. Then we're gonna start working on doing some planks. I will be real with you guys. I have been a gamer for most of my life, but I am not a great gamer. I'm not gonna try to hype myself up in there. But at least I do what I can. I try. Let's see, these are oak. Let's see. And we have some birch logs. Aha, that's why I started clearing this area out. As I noticed that there's a lot of moths in there that they tend to be very nasty. They love attacking the good old working people, you know? So, for you guys to know, like I said, I'm not a great gamer. I love gaming. Gaming, video games have been a huge part of my entire life, but at the same time, I am not that good. Hello. So, you guys are gonna see that I'm gonna be making a fool of myself in here quite often. I guess that is gonna be a big portion of what the streaming is gonna be in general. And one of my cats right now just decided to come and attack my leg. So for you guys to know, I have two cats. I have a male cat and a female cat. Their names are Mochi and Akira. And I have a puppy. Well, he's not a puppy, he's 2 years old. I call him a puppy because he is teacup sized dog. He's a Shih Tzu. And in his adult shape, weight and everything, he is already 2 years and he's 6 pounds. Let me see. Let's see. Right now, I'm gonna do something. I posted on my X a little bit earlier, saying that I was gonna be doing this streaming today at 9. I'm gonna be posting, inviting some more people and hoping that we're gonna start getting some traction. Like, after all, that is pretty much the purpose of this, that we're gonna be creating a bigger and higher community. So right now, I'm still trying to set this in here. Let's see. Rocky. Like I told you guys, my dog and my cat, they kind of like antagonize each other very hard. The male cat. I'm gonna be recording some videos and everything later. I'm gonna show it to you guys. These guys are my life. I love my animals. There's a reason why. Actually, one of my... Ooh, you see? That's the reason why... What? Why isn't that one being set on fire? Why is that one still alive? Isn't it supposed to be that the sunlight kills them? Whatever. Let's see. So I have some more material here that I'm gonna be taking. Let's see. I'm gonna leave my extras tools in here. Gonna take this over. I'm gonna take some granite. I think that's how you say it. Guys, if you see me butchering the English language, I apologize. Hijo de tu madre. I must clarify, I am from Latin America, like I said before, and I am actually from Guatemala. Let's see. So, Spanish is actually my first language. Hello, buddy. Do you have anything interesting? No, he doesn't have anything interesting. Okay, here we go. Let me think. Do I can't remember how to. No, this one doesn't work that way. Let me see. Okay, so I'm doing right now the post. Hoping that this is gonna get us some traction. You know, guys, I'm trying to build up a bigger community. Rocky, knock it off. Gosh, they're just like children. I know that the people that has kids, they get very offended whenever you say something like that. But it's the reality. They actually give me a lot of crap. They love fighting. Okay, something I was mentioning then is the fact of how I'm gonna be working because of how my content is and everything. So for you guys to know, I am doing currently a podcast in Spotify. It's actually called that way, the Wolfpack. You know, that's pretty much the reason why I decided that that's gonna be the name of our community. There we go. Yes, okay. So, I'm trying to focus that podcast, like I was saying, in mental health, and trying to give you guys a better space for you to be able to think, to explore, to actually meditate, a place for you guys to actually be able to meditate, for you guys to feel better. We're gonna be talking about multiple mental health challenges, some that I have, some that people that follows me has, and we're gonna be trying to address multiple, if not all of them. I know that it's very hard, and that's why I always ask for you guys to be active in the community, because I want to hear you. I want to hear in your comments, what do you want to be talking about? What is concerning you? I knew it. Oh, I love this. I love when my community actually tells me the different challenges that they have. So that is of course, if you're like me. See, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna leave that in there. It's not gonna do anything. myself sometimes. Let's see. So, like I was saying before, my purpose for the podcast is that I want to give you guys a good place so that we can actually start working, in mental health, meditation for you guys to start feeling better. And I want to be hearing your guys' concerns, the topics that you want me to talk about. Of course, I don't want you guys to think that I feel that I'm a know-it-all and I'm infallible. I'm actually pretty much an idiot, but I'm an idiot with experience. I have been able to go through many different challenges in my life, and even if I don't know the topic by itself, I'm gonna be trying to address the topics, obviously making some good research and trying to find the most accurate responses that I can for you guys, because I know that, of course, I'm not gonna be just trying to wing this. I try to stay around that guy because of this precisely. Ha ha ha. You guys are gonna see that it's gonna be very useful for us. So, like I was saying, there is, at this point of my life, I'm 30 years old. I know a lot of people is gonna tell me I'm old as heck. A lot of other ton of people is gonna tell me that I'm just a child, and maybe I am, but I have already been able to experience a lot of things in my life. Whether, if you want to think about them as good, you can. If not, well, they're not. And yes, it's fairly complicated. Let me just do this because I want the sound to actually interrupt me. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me better now. Let's do something here. See if I can actually change those ones back. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to, but I still wanna try. That sucks so bad. I guess I can use them, but it's not what I wanted to do. Mistake and shape. Anyhow. So what I was telling you then is that I want to give you guys a good place. Gosh. For you guys that don't know that is actually something very interesting of Minecraft. That you see there, those little spirals in there, It's actually the merchant. He becomes invisible whenever there's hostile mobs. Ah! No, 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 no. Get away from my house. I've killed many creepers since I started playing the game. And more keep coming. Oh, we're safe. Oh, come on. That's actually what I hate of these little houses. That they are so small that if there's actually mobs around, they're not gonna let you sleep to pass the night because there's monsters nearby. That's actually the why I have been collecting these materials and everything. If you guys were able to see my first streaming and the first few videos I posted in YouTube, actually I was trying to collect a lot of materials because I'm gonna start creating a bigger I guess you can call it safe house, barn, whatever. And we're actually gonna be having a lot of animals. I have at this point 4 wolves, 2 black, 1 white and 1 brown, and I have a little cat. I'm gonna be getting some more. And outside I have a few red foxes. So just for you guys to know, my actual favorite animals ever are the red foxes. That's actually the why I have them outside. I already learned how to breed them and everything. The only problem with them here in Minecraft is that you cannot tame them. You cannot train them basically. They are always gonna be wild. So if I don't have them in this little corral right here. What? Hi, where's my sword? Ah, perfect. I'm such an idiot. For you guys to see how dumb I am, and that's what I was telling you. I need to modify that. Controller. Let's see. Here. Oh, that's with the Q. Anyhow. So for you guys to see, that's actually what I was mentioning before. I might love video games, but I'm an idiot. I threw my sword away when I was trying to fight the mobs. Okay, so I was telling you about the red foxes before making a fool of myself. And here it is. The undeniable proof. Ah, gosh. I love, but I hate myself at the same time. So, where I was going with that, before that happened, it's the fact that I love animals. My favorite ever animal, it has always been the red foxes. That's why I'm learning how to breed them and everything here. They are always feral, they're always wild, so it doesn't matter if you actually tame them or anything. If I don't have them in that corral, they're actually gonna run away. So I'm gonna try to keep them always in a safe space and everything, because I wanna have more. I'm gonna be making like a little shelter for them. You'll see. Now, with the wolves, because a lot of people questioned me at the beginning, like, why did you chose the wolf even for the podcast and everything if it's not your favorite animal? Now, the reason why I did that is because I love some stories, I love some thematics that I have learned about wolves with time. It has been a long time ago, actually, that I started learning that, and it's very, very beautiful. Did you guys know that wolves are, in nature, one of what we call the apex predators? So they are basically one of the most perfect killing machines. They are a perfect hunting machine, and they are very, very little things that are actually on top of the wolves in the feeding chain in nature. I don't know how you guys want to call it. Beautiful. So, one of the main reasons why they have become such an incredible hunting machine, it's actually because the way that they hunt. They hunt in packs. The Wolfpacks, Everybody has heard about that before. And it's impressive to see how they actually have learned to live in, of course, a little bit primitive, but a way of society. And it's impressive to see how they all fulfill a role, and everybody is being basically useful for the pack. And there's actually something that I learned a long time ago about that. And I remember that there was a legend or something like that my grandpa used to tell me about it. I am not gonna try to quote it because I would be completely lying. I don't remember it, like the whole issue and everything. And when I was trying to research, something hurt me. What hurt me? What was that? Something hurt me. What the heck was that? I don't see anything. I don't think it was a chicken. Weird. Because I thought about those trees, but I don't see anything. Anyhow. Even though wolves are so incredibly close to each other, close to the pack, close to what you could call even their society, the way that they function, there's gonna be always some wolves that they actually go away, that they start they go stray. they get away from their pack, they get away from that society. And actually, I was making some research about that, and it's very interesting because they do it because they want to create their own pack, because they found a way to get a bigger or a higher stratus of what's the word, prey. So they do it because they want to improve. Some of them do it because they are looking for a mate, they are looking for a spouse, in a way to say it, a couple. And sometimes that other one that they actually have the affinity for, that they have imprinted on, they belong to other packs, they belong to other sectors, to other areas, to other alphas, and they try actually to go for them. So they actually leave their original pack in order to go and get them, which is beautiful in my mind, because even in nature you see that attempt of actually showing us that we have to be willing to get whatever we want, especially if that want is something as important as our spouse can be. There is also a few others that they try to fight with the alphas because they want to be stronger. They have been humiliated or something like that, and they try to fight. So they actually opt for going and creating their own pack. And it's actually very interesting to see those kind of things. Now, when those kind of things happen and they actually go stray and they literally get away from their pack, it's very interesting to see how they howl to the moon. That is actually a sign for them, in which they are gonna be calling each other. I'm gonna keep hurting myself until at some point I'm simply gonna die. They are basically calling attention. It's an interesting way how they explain it, because some people actually say that it's the howl is actually a sign of melancholy, of sadness, like they feel lonely, they feel sad. Some people say that it's actually call of love, because they are trying to call their loved ones, they are trying to call their pack, or they are trying to attract a new pack. Some other people say that it's a way to actually assert dominance, because they are actually trying to it's pretty much like a battle cry. So it's like if they were calling some other wolves. So in reality, there's many theories, there's many different ways in which they actually do or do not. I'm not gonna try to pretend to be extremely wise about this kind of things, because I'm not. But in the end, I go with the legends and everything that I have read, which I actually like a lot. And it's actually something that I feel that humans, we actually are very similar to wolves in that aspect. We live in a society where we are expected to fulfill specific roles, to do specific things, and we are expected to actually start growing in specific ways. Oh look, another cat. And sometimes we go astray. We actually, and that doesn't mean that it's gonna be just like with the wolves, that we are actually gonna start going completely away, that we're gonna disappear from our society, from our pack, but actually works slightly different. In that aspect, what it happens is that damn it, I was gonna do only 7, but I guess it's gonna be 8 now, because if I break it, it's gonna lose its shape, and I hate that, because you have to process the cobblestone for that to happen. I'm gonna be showing how to do that material for those of you guys that don't know how to. You have to basically put in the oven in the furnace. I don't know why is it open. Cobblestone, and after you basically bake the cobblestone, you're gonna do it again, because the first one comes as smooth stone, and then if you do the same with the smooth stone, it becomes polish. No, it's the polished rock, the one that comes. I forgot already how it is. I'll show you. I'll have some there. So I'm gonna be using it just for the lower frame for now, because I love this texture. It's gonna be extremely basic. I'm not a great builder in Minecraft, but at least I entertain myself, and I know that a lot of people does as well. Personally, I feel it very refreshing. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So, like I was saying, we as humans also go stray as well. Just for us, it's slightly different. For us, it can be that we are actually start losing ourselves. Let me see, it's just one. Okay, so it would be right here. We actually get lost in the aspect that we start believing a little bit too much what the expectations of people are, because something that I learned, and that is just by pure experience, guys, is that the expectations of people, whether if it's your parents, your spouses, your children, your friends, co-workers, your boss, anything. If you're a religious person, your leaders or anybody, like there's so many people, and that actually makes very easy for all of us to lose ourselves, for us to actually lose that capacity of recognizing ourselves, because we can't understand anymore who we are. Like, why are we doing something? Like, I have actually met a lot of different people through my entire life that they are incredibly amazing. They're simply amazing. There's no other way to say it. But when you ask them, why did you do this? Like, why did you went to school? Why did you decided to go to this work field? Why did you decided to not be the artist that we know that you want to be? And it's impressive to see the amount of people that after a little bit of confidence, a little bit of trust, they finally come out clean and they explain to you, oh, the thing is that it's not what my parents wanted. It's not what my spouse wanted. Well, I was gonna do it, but my boss talked to me and he was telling me that I should be careful because that was a dumb dream. Because so little people makes it and stuff like that. Like, there's too many things. Like, why are we more afraid of what the society actually thinks, what the society might actually feel about our own dreams, than what we can happen to feel if we don't fulfill them? That actually, I think it's something a lot more terrifying. And that's precisely what I want to give you the chance. That's my purpose with the podcast. I want you guys to have the chance to wonder, of thinking, what do I gotta do? What is the next step? What do I do now? Why is it everything like this now? Why? Simply why? Okay, if you have a specific concerns, if you have a specific things like that, we're gonna be talking as well, anxiety, depression, things like that, different types of traumas, how to ground yourself. You can actually see I already have approximately 12 or 14, I'm not quite sure, episodes, and you guys can already hear a few of the concepts that we were talking about, how they can actually help you to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Once again, I'm not an extremely wise person. I am not infallible, especially not. But I know how does it feel to actually be astray, be alone, be lost. I know how bad does it actually feel. I know how complicated it is and how much it sucks, guys. A lot of people don't understand what living with depression, what living with anxiety is, because they don't have that. Or sometimes they have it, but we have so many taboos about it that they don't know what they are looking at. Personally, like I mentioned, I love doing this remark because that's actually one of my strongest points. I am from Latin America. I am from Guatemala, and that means that I was born and raised Latino. And I know for a fact that our culture, specifically talking about Latin Americans, we tend to shame this kind of things. Now, what is the problem with doing that? The problem is that we are not given the chance for people to heal, to feel better. And sometimes we can actually perpetuate not only the fact of the people keep having this type of negative feelings, this type of trauma, this type of pain indefinitely. And I don't know you guys, but I don't want to be the reason why. That is actually something that terrifies me, that someday I'm gonna be accounted for on one of the things that it terrifies me the most, honestly. They can ask me, why didn't you do anything? Couldn't you have helped? And I don't know what I'm gonna say. It's impressive, honestly, to see how people actually still has a complete taboo at these kind of things, and they prefer to pretend that they don't exist, that it's basically offensive if you talk about it, because they think that you're calling them weak, they think that you're actually being mean with them and stuff like that. But it was never like that, it is not like that, and I hope that it will never be like that, like that we're never intending that. And that's actually the reason why it becomes so complicated. Personally, that actually happens to me. And I don't mean that I have the issues like don't talk to me about depression because that is sad and I don't like it and it's a taboo and don't talk about it. No, in my case, what it happens is that my culture, my parents, a few of my friends, I'm not gonna say every, because I also have really good friends that they actually offer an amount of support that I know that they are gonna be with me through everything. It doesn't matter how hard it is, I know that I can trust them. But a lot of people actually has the perspective that you shouldn't say those things. like whenever I talk to my parents, and we are actually trying to have a deep conversation, because my parents, to be specific, well, honestly, at this point of life, both of them are actually depressed. They both have depression. They don't like it. They don't like accepting it. My mom was actually put multiple times in antidepressants, and she actually refuses to take them. I don't mean you gotta survive in medicine and stuff like that. If therapy works for you, therapy works. If medicine works for you, medicine works. If yoga, Reiki, or whatever works for you, it works for you. You do you. Literally, you heal yourself. But it's actually interesting to see how a lot of people think that you're basically telling them that they are weak, that they are soft, that they cannot do things just because they have depression or something, and it doesn't work that way. And specifically, the Latin American culture, I gotta be completely honest, this hurts me from being Latino. Like, it's sad for me. I personally hate doing generalizations because I don't like the idea of measuring everything or everybody with the same ruler, with the same measurement, you know? But sometimes you actually don't have another way to do it. Something I have told a lot of people, like I'm mentioning, I come from Latin America, meaning I'm not white. My wife, she's extremely white. She's literally as white as they can come. My wife, I love saying this. A lot of people think that it's a joke that I do, but no, it's actually a reality. My wife, it's actually somebody who I learned that what I always thought that it was racial slur, it is not. So what do I mean with this? My wife, it's actually so lovely and beautiful and white. Give me a second, guys. Rocky, like I mentioned before, my little puppy, my little guy, he loves to be on my arms. He loves to be a little bit of a lapdog. He knows that he has the little status of a baby. He actually knows that he looks like a baby, and he loves to exploit it. So, going back to the main point, going back to what I was gonna go with all this, is that my wife actually, and I swear guys, this is nothing bad. I actually don't mind it. It's not like it's something bad. It's not bad for me. Medically, it is bad for her. She is so white that she actually gets moonburns. She actually gets sunburn from the moon. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. A lot of people, as soon as I say that, they look at me with that face of, what in the hell are you talking about? And well, you gotta remember this. This is actually one of the most beautiful principles of the nature. No! I screwed up. Anyhow. In nature, the moon doesn't have its own light. The moon, it's actually reflecting the light of the sun, meaning that when there's enough moonlight, you guys are getting indirect sunlight. And I actually learned this because I saw it. I will never forget it. Once when we had maybe it was like very early in our marriage. I don't remember. We had maybe like 6 months married or something. we were outside in the middle of the night because, when you first get married, it's rare for you to actually have money to completely subsist and everything. So you're gonna have to be doing a lot of repairs and everything yourself. So I was actually doing some repairs. I was repairing my car because my car had issues with the battery, the alternator, and I don't remember what else. The point is that it was not working. It was actually giving me a lot of issues. And everybody that knows Utah actually is going to be able to tell you, winter in Utah, you need to have a car. Well, obviously there's a lot of people that don't have it, but you need still the bus or something. It's extremely hard and almost impossible, I dare to say, because I actually had to go through that a few times, to even have to be in the bus station, in the train station, and everything on the weather of Utah, because it's extremely cold, guys. That area where we were living, I'm not gonna be giving specific names because I don't want anybody to think that I'm throwing shade to places or anything, so I'm gonna be giving just very indirect references. So for example, that place where we were living that year actually was reaching minus 32 degrees Fahrenheit. For you guys from Europe, because I saw that we have some listeners from Europe in the podcast, hopefully we're also going to have some here in the streaming as well. They actually reach approximately around minus 30 degrees Celsius. So for you guys to have an idea, minus 40 degrees is actually one of the points where Celsius and Fahrenheit connect. Minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit is the same as minus 40 degrees Celsius. So that actually gives you at least an idea. So talking about minus 30, minus 35, already we're talking about, big words. It's hard. And I still remember that it was a full moon night, and we were working on the car, and she was actually helping me. Guys, that is actually something I want you guys to be very much aware of. I'm gonna be talking shit about my wife constantly, and that doesn't mean that I don't love her. That doesn't mean that I don't care for her. That honestly just means I want to give her shit. It's gonna be that simple. Both me and my wife, we are actually really strong believers we're very strong believers of the idea of, if there's no bullying, there's no love. And that doesn't mean that we are bad with each other. We just love to roast each other as bad as we can. But we actually have a really good esteem and a really deal of care for each other. But anyhow, where I was going with all this is that we were outside, we were working in the car. It was a night in the middle of winter, full moonlight. And when we finished working in the car, because it did took a few hours, we went back inside, and my wife actually had a complete sunburn. That necklace around her, on her collarbone and under her neck, the typical beach tan line. Sorry, I'm just being a little bit in silence because of the sound of the game. So, she actually had a complete tan line in all that area. It was impressive. And it was not even an actual tan to say, golden or so. It was an actual sunburn. It was red and it hurt. I'm sorry, I don't want to be over interrupting the story, but this actually makes a lot of noise, so I don't want to say something that it's impossible to understand. So, going with that same story, I remember seeing my wife like so sunburned, suffering, because honestly she was in a lot of pain. She was in a big deal of pain because she got extremely sunburned. And it was actually a moonburn because she got burned by the moon at night. I will never forget that. I swear, guys, I thought my entire life that was like some type of racial slur or something like that, because I couldn't conceive in my head that somebody would be so white and so delicate of their skin until, well, life works that way. I ended up getting married with one. So, where I was going with all this, my wife is actually gonna be my co-host, as much in the podcast, as much as here in the channel. You guys are gonna love spending time with her here in the channel because she likes seeing me playing video games. She actually enjoys a lot seeing me playing video games, but she doesn't know how to play video games herself. And we already spoke about it. We have the project now that I'm gonna be teaching her how to play, and we are expecting that to be an interesting situation, to say the least. You guys know how that actually works. Most of you guys here in Twitch, you actually come from a full gamer mentality. You guys love video games and everything, so you guys know what's the deal with it, and you know that you need some level of dexterity for all these kind of things. And when you are, what my wife says is, she's that technologically impaired, quoting Weird Al. And it's hilarious because I remember I tried to teach her how to play some basic games a few years ago. We were just literally trying to spend time together, and it was hilarious. For me, it was hilarious because I actually saw her getting dizzy just by controlling the two joysticks in a controller, because she didn't know that she had to control on one side the movement of the character and on the other side the movement of the camera. Still trying to control them for the first time because she had never played anything like that kind of disoriented her like really hard, and she even got dizzy. They scared me. And she even got scared. Like, she was freaking out. She was very dizzy. And I mean, being completely honest, that is completely normal. If you don't have experience, you don't have experience. It's completely normal, guys. But in the end, it's funny. It's hilarious to see those kind of things happening. It's like when you see like a person trying to use rollerblades for the first time, and you see them holding to the walls and floor like if they were Bambi or something like that. So we are gonna spend actually some time with her, and it's gonna be very interesting to see how that actually goes. Because I will be completely honest with you guys, I also am not precisely the most patient person. So whenever we're doing something like that, I'm actually gonna take off this ones, and I'm gonna make another layer here just with the granite. I don't know why I didn't do it from the beginning. And and I was telling you, so I'm not the most patient when that happens. And that's exactly what actually happened to us last time that we tried to do this. I got pissed. Like, I am trying to help you guys with mental health and everything, but that doesn't mean that I'm perfect under any aspect. So I'm actually fairly impatient, especially with those kind of things. And I still remember just like you gotta walk, you gotta use the joystick and move your character. Okay, and she would move the wrong one. But why is it spinning around? Because you're using the wrong one. You have to use that one for the head, so the eyesight. And the other one is the one that is gonna have the actual movement of the body. And I would see her character like spinning in circles, and I'm there like, ugh. And then I was very mean, and I made her try to play FPS games. One being evil. You can imagine what the process of not only not being able to control the movement of her character by own will at that point. Yeah, she had already not been able to. But on top of that, she had to aim, and she had to shoot, and she had to dodge and run and move and everything. Like those of you guys that play things like Fortnite, Overwatch and stuff, you perfectly know what I'm talking about. Again, if you don't have the habit, if you don't have the dexterity, that is gonna be, believe me, quite a challenge. So honestly, I know it was mean for me, because I know that is not something you give to somebody that not only a beginner with games, but also somebody that it's having issues with the actual movement nature of your characters. So I promise I'm gonna be a lot more patient. I promise I'm gonna be a lot nicer. And we're gonna see how that goes. But going back to the main point, guys, that's what I'm gonna be doing in my YouTube channel, what I'm gonna be doing here in my Twitch streams. We're gonna have a good time. I want this to be a casual relationship between you guys and the Wolfpack in general. At this point, the only people that we can call part of the Wolfpack, like permanently, it's my wife Nova and me, and we are offering you the full invitation for you to come and be part of us. And don't get me wrong, it's not because I want to be your leader or anything like that. I actually had somebody telling me that. It's actually a lot more simple than that. I simply like helping. So if there's people in need, why not? Very simple. And well, that's why I want you guys to actually be more interactive here in the community. I want you guys to actually go into the comments and tell me, what do you want us to talk about? What games do you want to see? And we're going to be doing a lot of different segments, as much in videos in YouTube, because of course I'm going to be producing some videos that we're actually going to edit and everything, like actual videos as good as we can. Again, I'm a beginner with the video, so please be patient, be nice. And there's gonna be also the streaming that I'm gonna be recording, if not all of them, at least a good amount. And I want to make sure that we have them available and everything. And I'm gonna be showing you guys. My wife wants to start doing like product reviews. She says that she wants to actually start doing something that she calls I make a mess so you don't have to. Basically, that is the concept that she's given me. She wants to buy things in Amazon, Wish, Temu, Shane. I'm still debating with the Shane, but anyhow, and different stores like that, or even TikTok and stuff. And we are going to be testing products. It can be anything. She loves doing testings of food, treats and stuff like that. We are both actually foodies. I personally I'm a chef, I'm a cook, and I love cooking. So anything that has to do with food and anything like that, I actually love it. And you guys are gonna see that. One of my strongest ways of bonding, one of my languages of love, that's actually how they define it to me, it's cooking for the people that I care for. And you guys are gonna see, we're gonna be doing some vlogs, some cooking vlogs and stuff, and we wanna basically build up a family, build up a Wolfpack, build up a tribe, call it however you want, but that is the concept. But we're gonna need you guys to help us to actually get into all of this together. I'm also gonna be doing some very serious talk as well. Sometimes we're gonna be wording to like some, you guys can call it hard topics. What do I mean with this? What I'm planning to do with that is that I wanna actually because I'm gonna be working on the concept of, I was actually gonna put the door in there, but nah, I thought it was gonna be harder. Gosh, my brain is not braining. So, because I wanna build up that concept, an idea of mental health, of us having a safe space, us being able to actually sit down, talk, think, meditate, and everything, to actually have a space for introspection, retrospection, and actually everything that we are going to be needing to ground ourselves whenever we're going through too much stress, depression, anxiety. Personally, I also have ADHD and stuff like that. I'm dyslexic, so I know a lot of those challenges, and we're going to be trying to address them. I'm not going to be doing things like from a clinical standpoint. For you guys that have already heard a little bit of me, I'm a medical assistant. I'm a certified medical assistant. That is my actual profession. But I don't want you guys to think that I'm gonna be putting all this in the perspective of, you know, the clinic and talking you with numbers, studies and stuff, because no, I actually want this to be a casual type of, you know, studies that we do ourselves. It's gonna be literally talking about what we feel and everything. That's why I want you guys in the, is it night? Ooh, I was scared for a second. That's why I want you guys in the comments and everything, because I want to hear, what do you have inside you, what is concerning you, what is worrying you, what do you want us to talk about, what do you think it's gonna be actually beneficial for you, for us to touch. Number one, because I need to know what's inside of you. I cannot just come and guess, oh, you have this type of trauma, you have daddy issues because, why? Because, or stuff like that. So it has to be something that I need to have basis for, and those bases, even in the medical field, they actually come from the patient's story, history. They come from listening. They come from giving you the chance to open yourself, and then we see if we can find a solution together, or what are we gonna do about it. Sometimes there's not an actual healing, sometimes there's not an actual solution, sometimes you just need to distract yourself, sometimes you just need a friend to talk to you, sometimes you just need to have that opportunity of talking it out. And why do I say that? Because it happens to me. Guys, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder a few years ago, and I know how it feels. I know how bad it is. I know. Oh, I didn't know that they can grab. They can grab material. I didn't know that. What do they have in their mouths? Start rotten meat? Rotten flesh? Oli? Okay, he has a square of granite. What is that? guys, come on. Whatever. I'm gonna still have you trapped in here for a second. I'm gonna leave you guys some dirt for you to play. Anyhow, so everything will move in the right way depending on you guys, 100%, because it will completely depend on you how much we're actually gonna be able to know about each other. And remember, of course, you guys are not forced to do this. I don't wanna also put it in that same light, but I do wanna exhort you. You know, it's not like I'm forcing you. I'm exhorting you to actually try and open yourself. Like, give yourself the chance. Try it. You know? Oh, I think it has to be raw fish. Ugh. Haha. Yellow. I thought that he was gonna escape, so that's why I was like, oh. So anyhow, give yourself the chance to share what it's inside of you. Because, you know, there's gonna be a lot of things inside of you that you're not gonna be able to get rid of them until you finally decide to get rid of them. I love making a lot of quotes and everything from different shows, different movies and everything. I actually love it because I'm an honest believer of the idea that everybody and everything can teach us, can give us a lesson, can actually show us some degree of wisdom, of understanding. That's why I actually love watching things like anime, like cartoons and shows like that way. A lot of people think that I'm very immature because of what I watch and stuff, you know, the usual. But in reality, it's because even on cartoons, you actually can see a background of understanding, a background of knowledge, a background of, in many cases actually, and I can say that because I have actually put myself into analyzing this, a background of pain, a background of depression. And you guys are gonna be actually able to see how that actually affects even the perceptions of the cartoons. I have watched many cartoons, like not only anime, that they actually are extremely hard on the aspect of how they make you feel. They give so much depthness to their characters. They give so much development to their stories that they actually show you an entire spectrum of sadness and depression, and especially with anime, because honestly a lot of people think like, oh, anime is just cartoons, you know, Asian cartoons, Japanese cartoons. I have heard a little bit of everything, and I know that people is gonna get offended of anime being called cartoons. Not the point of controversy in here, but anyhow, it is extremely harsh, because what they don't understand is that many of these animes actually were created by people that is going through mental health struggles themselves, and they actually are trying to explain a lot of things in them. They actually talk a lot about loss. They actually show a lot about how to deal with sadness, sorrow. They also explain a lot about how to deal with, you know, when you with grief, depression, anxiety. And we can actually see that. We can actually relate to them. Of course, they love to make it like a little bit over attractive, you know, with big eyes and people with purple, green, and I don't know, golden hair, and that they suddenly can change form and they're gonna scream and they're gonna magically power up by becoming blood and stuff like that. But in reality, we can actually learn from anybody. And the point of me mentioning all this is actually to give you an example. There is a cartoon. I'm gonna stand up in here for a second because I need to actually look for the quote, because I know it in Spanish, but I need to make sure that I say it right in English. Okay, so I'm gonna try to catch specifically that phrase, because the last thing I want is actually to get into, you know, copyright issues and everything. So I'm gonna be showing you a phrase. It's actually from a cartoon. It's from Ratatouille, from Disney. You know, it's a beautiful movie. It's actually one that shows us a lot about the nature of change, about how do we actually give ourselves the chance to be different. You know, and this point where they see, you know, rats, their nature is to be scavengers and to go through trash and all that stuff, and out of the blue you see one that completely the opposite, not only recognizes the quality of the ingredients and everything, but he also loves the idea of morality and everything, because he doesn't want to steal and stuff like that. Personally, I see it as something beautiful because it's actually going against its instincts. So you're actually gonna see a lot of that. There is a phrase specifically. Let me see. I'm gonna play just the sound because I'm still learning how to do the whole streaming process. And this is actually one of my favorite phrases in the entire movie. It's actually one of the ones that hit the deepest. It's from the part of the movie where Remy, the main rat, and his dad are in front of the pest control store, where they have, you know, the bodies of the corpses of rats and stuff like that, and the dad is like, this is the why we don't mix with them, this is the why we actually just keep looking for our family and nothing else. Nature, it's not gonna change. And then the dad tells him like, okay, let's go. And at this point he actually is gonna be telling him something like Remy's response. It's for me one of the most beautiful things I have ever heard in my life. Oh gosh, I'm actually gonna have to play it again because I forgot to stop my background music. Okay, let's see. Very softly. Hopefully we're not gonna get too much static from it. Let's see.
What? No, Dad. I don't believe.
Okay. Here.
No. What? No. Dad, I don't believe it. You're telling me that the future can only be more of this?
This is the way things are. You can't change nature.
Change is nature, Dad. The part that we can influence. And it starts when we decide.
Where are you going?
With luck, forward.
So again, I actually love that phrase. I love the meaning that Remy actually gives to that, because his dad is completely terrified at that point of being near the humans, because they hunt them, they hurt them, they see them as pests. And of course it's completely understandable. I mean, somebody that has been chased before, obviously not like a rat down, don't get me wrong, it hasn't got to that point, but I have had people that, because of my attitude, that because of my train of thought, because I am a person that doesn't like to actually go hitting around the bushes, just to go to a topic. If I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say it. I'm the type of person that actually likes to just rip off the band-aid, and that's it. Like, it's gonna make you feel bad, it's gonna make you feel hurt 100%. It's nature. But if you are not ready to actually make it different, come on, eat. Come on. I hate having to chase them to feed them. There we go. So I actually think that it's extremely hard to understand how nature can actually changes for us, because, for example, his dad is actually going with the idea of nature. It's normal, it's what we have always done, it's what it has always been, and just because we want it, it's not gonna be different. And yes, up to a certain degree, that has a little bit of truth, because there's many different things that we can actually not change. And yes, nature has its laws, nature has its rules, and yes, definitely we actually have to adapt a lot of things of ourselves to that. But if we don't actually decide to have a change, things are not gonna be different. And that is actually my point with the podcast. That is actually my point with inviting you guys to this community, to the streamings and everything, for you guys to actually come and talk to me, because okay, this one didn't got up, because I know how complicated it is for us to just pretend that everything is gonna be alright. Okay, come on. And I know how hard it is actually for everybody, not just for me. It's hard, it's complicated, it's stressful. It's something that a lot of people struggles with. Kitty! Oh, the kitties don't come out trained. Oh, I didn't know that. I gave him a fishy. Sorry guys, I'm an idiot, and as like I told you guys, I have actually 2 cats, so I love kitties. Come on guys. Okay, so give yourself the chance. Look for the change, look for doing something different. Many people has actually said, and this is actually an extremely realistic phrase that I have heard, if you cannot expect for things to change if you keep doing the same. So let's give us a chance. Let's make sure that we actually give a chance for things to be different. It's complicated. It's definitely complicated. It's hard most of the time, actually. But it being hard doesn't mean that it cannot be done, right? Don't give up just because it's hard. And that's what I'm gonna be doing with you guys. Look at me right now. I have one person viewing me. And if you actually ask any other content creator, any influencer, any streamer, any whatever you want, it's painful, honestly. It's actually really painful in your feelings to see numbers that low, and it's not necessarily because it's bad, don't get me wrong. It's because it's the beginning and you feel that you're not being appreciated and stuff, because you feel that you're basically being ignored, that you're just being tossed around. Let me see. And I personally don't want to take it in the wrong way, like B said. And I know that it's because I'm new. I know that it's because my channel is completely new. I have been up for 2-3 days. So I know that we're gonna be growing exponentially, but I know also that it's gonna take some time. And you guys will see that things are gonna go getting better. As much for you guys, as much as for your life, I keep throwing things away. As much as for our community, the podcast, the YouTube videos, the Twitch streams, everything is gonna go getting better. I know so. I know so. And I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid of the challenge. I am... How can I explain this? If you guys actually read, I don't know why I said read. If you guys actually listen to some of my episodes, some of my podcasts, you guys are gonna hear me quoting a lot. I love rap, and there's a rapper in Spanish that I actually love hearing, that I quote a lot. And there is a rapper that he is very lyrical, he is very poetic, and give me a second. Come on, Rocky. In one of his songs, he actually said that the one that is brave, it's not the one that doesn't feel fear, but it's actually the one that, in spite of the fear, still gets up and goes to fight. And I honestly believe that with all my heart. I truly believe it. You want to know why? Because it's not about not being afraid. It's about fighting with the fear. So let's do it together. Let's do it together. We can do it. I'm gonna be here ridiculing myself in Twitch because, again, I love gaming, but I'm not a good gamer. As you guys have been able to see at this point, I am pretty much an idiot. I was trying to defend myself, and my first instinct was to throw my sword away. Oh, it's hide. It's leather. So, oh gosh, I hate when that happens. Oli. You guys see? It was open for 1 or 2 seconds. And this bro already tried escaping. That's why I had to do this whole fort at first. Ugh. Let him be there for now. Let me think. It's the berries. For you guys that don't know, the food that those animals, specifically the foxes, eat is actually the berries. Look. And these ones are just like those ones. You have to be chasing them. Oli. There you go. He has a sapling. And we got a kit. Yellow. And for the one that decided to escape from here, what we're gonna do is that's why I love when the merchant drops these things. Because then, where are you? Here you are. Here. Come here. Get over here. Ah, come on. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's see. I have to. Gosh. First, I'm gonna drop this. I don't like carrying them all. Just the ones that I'm gonna use because sometimes they disappear when you take them up. When you take them back. Okay, I need my crafting table. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now. Now you get over here. No. Get. And that's a funny thing, you can actually see that there's a few calmer, and it's the ones that I already fed. So now we have one kit and we have the other one. What did you grab? How did he grab my fence? Whatever. And also for those of you guys that are not so familiar with how Minecraft works, you can just wait for them to mature and they're gonna become adults, or you can simply feed them a lot and they turn into adults. There you go. And now those ones are gonna have a baby. I love red foxes. I don't even know if there's a benefit in Minecraft to have red foxes, but I still want to do it. I'm gonna be putting one here just to make sure. Anyhow, The reason why I'm doing this in that way, it's because, guys, I'm gonna make a big family in here with our animals and everything, and I'm gonna be obviously enlarging our little shelter in here. This one was pretty much just something that I did as a little project because I didn't want my animals or me to die. I needed to keep them protected because, as you saw, the houses of the village, they were extremely small. But I'm also fairly picky about what kind of materials I'm gonna be using. The why I changed this ones is because the other ones were, shoveled, so they don't grow grass or anything anymore, and you cannot place things on them. Now I'm gonna be placing some random lights. I'm actually gonna fix them a little bit later. I'm gonna be doing some improvements and gathering some materials and everything off stream because sometimes it takes a little bit too long. So that you guys can enjoy some of the processes but not necessarily all the super tedious ones. So say hi to our wolves. I don't have the rotten flesh here for them to look at me. Say hello to our little wolfies, to our little kitties, and to our very beautiful yet annoying foxes. We're gonna be growing this little by little, okay? So, people, talk to me in X. Go to Spotify and listen to my podcast. I hope you guys do like it. Let me know in the comments here in Twitch, there in Spotify, in X. You can also tell me in YouTube. I'm gonna leave all the links in my description. Tell me, what do you want me to talk about later? Tell me, what games do you want me to play? Because I'm actually open to play anything. I actually love games of any type. The only ones that I'm kind of like off, it's horror games, and it's because I'm a little bit of a chicken. But if you guys want to, and if that actually help us to make our Wolfpack bigger, I'll do it. I'll swallow my lack of braveness and I'll play it. So just let me know. Also, I want to give a little bit of a shout out. I haven't talked to you guys about them yet. It's actually something fairly new. There's an energy drink called Dubby. It's spelled D-U-B as in boy, B as in boy, Y. Dubby. And they are actually sponsoring me. I just became a partner with them. They gave me a coupon. They gave me a code that if you guys use it on their online store, the webpage is dubby.gg. So dubby.gg. You guys are gonna get 10% of discount in all your purchases. Okay? So go ahead and use it, enjoy it. Personally, I told you I have depression, anxiety, ADHD, dyslexia, and a lot of stuff that normally comes with friends. And I have very strong insomnia. So I survive on caffeine, energy drinks, and stuff like that. And believe me, Dubby, it's a godsend. It's great, has really good flavors. This one, it's a little bit different of an energy drink. Actually, it's not the typical one that you guys see, the cans in the gas station or something like that. This one is actually one that comes for you to mix it. It looks just to give you a wild idea, like those protein shakes that people take to the gym. And something I actually love from Dubby, it's the fact that it actually helps to activate your mind. It's not only the fact of the energy that it gives you, but it actually makes your mind process faster, process better when you're tired. Sorry, Rocky was asking me to pick him up. And you guys are gonna see that, you're gonna feel a lot better with it. I personally do. So I'm gonna be making some posts about Dubby soon. I'm gonna be showing you some of my favorite ones, and after that I'm actually gonna be posting as well. That one I'm gonna post it today. My code is Silver, spelled just like you see my name. Actually I can show it to you guys how to spell it. It's just right here. Silver, SILV as in Victor, AHR, just without the numbers. So it's just Silver, all in caps, and you're gonna get 10% of discount. So shout out for Dubby, and I'll be putting all the links and everything for you guys. I'm gonna be making a lot more content for you. Let me know, what do you want, what is gonna make you happy, and I'll be seeing how to entertain you and make you happy. And just for you guys to see, let me see. I'm trying. Let me just move this away from here a second. I'm gonna be making a little bit of a post. I'm gonna be making a little bit of a post. I'm gonna show you guys my little puppy, because my dog, he insists on being here while I'm doing my streaming. So he wants to be my little guest. He's gonna be pretty much, the mascot of the Wolfpack. Of course, he doesn't look like a Wolfpack. He looks like the tooth of a Wolfpack, of a wolf. Rocky? He is very beautiful, guys. I really hope you guys are gonna like him, because he is incredibly cute. Because, like I mentioned before, he's incredibly small. He's actually a teacup sized Shih Tzu. He is my parents call him mi perrijo. Me and my wife, we don't have kids yet, so we only have our pets. We only have our puppy, our dog, and our 2 cats. And my parents call him, because my parents don't speak English, they call him mi perrijo. For you guys that are not familiar with Spanish, perro is how you say dog, hijo is how you say son. So basically he's my doggy son, in a way to say it. They just make, like a little bit of a word game with it. And, well, what can I say? I actually love him. So, I will be seeing you guys later. And like I always love saying, if you ever need me, howl for me, and I'll be hearing you. This is Silver again. Love you guys. And don't be afraid.